I'm involved with the Salata Institute through their student internship program, which is really a great way for me to, be able to engage in a breadth of climate and sustainability events, but also help to be a bit more behind the scenes. It's allowed me to refine my professional skills, help to build my sense of confidence as I am about to graduate into the workforce, but also it's allowed me to engage in climate and sustainability issues in ways that my coursework have not necessarily allowed me to.
Salata funded a trip I took last January to attend a global forum of intermediary cities hosted by the city of Cuenca. And Cuenca was actually the city I was based in for my Fulbright research project last year, and I was working with the city government, so this provided a really unique opportunity to come back, rejoin the team I'd previously been working with, and help them in establishing this really exciting forum, which was only the third forum of intermediary cities that had taken place. I've realized that international climate agreements and processes often feel gatekept from students, from young professionals, from people who perhaps are interested in this space but don't know how to get involved. And so this conference in Ecuador was something that I otherwise would not have been able to attend. Firstly, because of cost, it's difficult to get to Ecuador during a short break in an academic calendar. It's also very difficult to know the right players and the right stakeholders. And so I think the connections through Harvard and then the funding from Salata helped me enter a space that previously would have felt fairly inaccessible to me. This summer, actually, while I couldn't have predicted it in January, the notes from the conference and the experience were feeding directly into my next steps, as I'll be working with the UN Climate Change Agency, the UNFCCC, with their subnational engagement team. So this is the group of individuals that is responsible for working with non-party stakeholders, including mayors and governors, in the lead up to COP30 and beyond. So this is this really interesting moment when the United Nations system is thinking about the process for including and institutionalizing their engagement with local governments. And so in this role, I'm going to be tasked with working on their strategy for including local government.
Salata was helpful in providing part of the funding for me to go to the north. The name of the hamlet that I'm studying, the hamlet is 800 kilometers above the Arctic Circle, and it's called Resolute Bay, but the Inuit name is Kausituk. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it essentially means place with no dawn. So essentially it's about looking at the Inuit priorities in the north and the national interests, Canadian interests in the north, and looking at how these two can work together. So for example, the Canadian government wants more urbanism in the north to establish sovereignty, whereas the Inuit would like very specific buildings to be implemented in the north, such as housing. There's a scarcity of housing and public amenities, community garages, community gym, all these things. And so it's very difficult to build in the north, and essentially I'm trying to bridge these two goals into an architectural proposal. I'd say the overwhelming majority there just were so appreciative of my work and my research, and so I just felt very much appreciated there.
The Salata Institute also introduced us because we, as PBHA, so Phillips Brooks House Association, attended the Climate Collaboration Grant interest meeting, and the Salata Institute introduced us to Grace, who was also interested in seeking some kind of project. So we're really happy that that turned out to be very well.
Yeah, Oliver and I applied to the collaborative grant, which was exciting, and we got some funding to do garden workshops, which I think was really special considering our joint interests in community and also human community and like community with the plants that I really enjoy. So it was great to collaborate and work together between a graduate program and college students. Sometimes I miscommunicate with the maintenance crew and they do something in the garden that impacts the way that I want to be in the garden that day. So I learned a lot about communication and collaboration, which is like really exciting because that was the point of the grant. But I think it made me see the world in a different way, understanding that like all universities are on land somewhere and whose land I'm on and what I'm doing with that land is important.
I'm hoping to keep in touch with the garden. I'll be here over the summer. Certainly we'll be around to help support it over the summer, do what needs to be done, like weeding, attending to it, taking care of it. So I really hope that this project will anchor my experience in college for the rest of my years.
It definitely reinforced the idea of me going for every single project that I will do in the future to go on site, talk with people, bring a few artifacts back, and with that build kind of a stronger proposal. I come with a much richer set of knowledge in the topic. So that's super helpful. Thank you, Salata.
I know we've got a lot of new freshmen coming in who are really excited about the work that Salata Institute offers, and I would love to see a renewed growth and a renewed excitement about the Salata Institute and their work. So being able to expand the programs, allow more people to travel, run projects. I think one of the most important things the Salata Institute does is it really helps students connect with other students from different schools. So, being at the college, being able to work on projects and conferences with those at the business school, the Kennedy School, it's a big campus, and really the Salata Institute is able to bring everyone together.